Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Ricky, and this is Aprons and Attitude. This is where I combine my love of healthy, gluten-free cooking with my passion for fashion. And today I'm channeling my inner rocker chick. So join me as we make some gluten-free French bread. Well, the apron's on, so let's get baking. First thing we're going to do is mix our dry ingredients together. We have 1.5 cups of sorghum flour. We have 1 cup of arrowroot powder. We have a 1/2 cup of millet flour. We have 1 tablespoon of xanthan gum. You could also use cornstarch, just make sure that it's a non-GMO organic one. We have 1.5 teaspoons of salt. We're going to put this on our electric mixer and get it blended well. Mark in place. And while that's blending, we're going to warm up our water for our yeast. We have 1.5 cups of water, and it needs to be about 110 degrees. We're going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar to the hot water, and then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of rapid rise yeast. And we have a thermometer that we need to check the water, because if you get your water too hot, it's going to kill your yeast. If it's not warm enough, it isn't going to rise. Our water is warm. Now we're going to add in our sugar. We're going to stir it. We want the sugar to dissolve into the hot, warm water before we add in the yeast. And we're going to let this sit for a while until it starts to bubble. The top will foam up, and once that happens, then we know it's ready to add to our dry ingredients. It doesn't take very long. Just ever so carefully crack the egg around. Put it over your bowl with the egg white. Carefully pull the top away from it, and your egg whites are going to slide off into your bowl. Then you very carefully will pour the egg yolk into the other side, tipping it slightly as you're doing that so that the egg whites can fall away from the yolk. Don't worry if you don't get all of the yolk or all of the white away from the yolk. Okay, so there's that. So we're going to put these off to the side, and we'll save these for a different recipe. So we are now ready to add this in to our dry ingredients. So we're going to start this up slow. And we're going to very carefully dump this in. That's done. Now we're going to add in our egg whites. And now we're also going to add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil and 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Now we're going to increase the speed and let this mix everything together. Now this is something that you're going to need to make French bread. It's a specialized pan. It has little perforation in it. We're making 2 loaves with this recipe. You can find this probably anywhere online. Amazon, I believe I got this from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's not that expensive, but I've made this recipe so many times over the last few years that it is more than paid for itself. Okay, we're going to start this up again. We're going to let this blend for about 3 to 4 minutes. You want to make sure that all the ingredients are incorporated and blended well. So while that's doing that, we are now going to take some coconut oil, a paper towel, and we're going to coat our pan. We're going to coat our pan with the coconut oil because we don't want our bread to stick to it. Both sides. Now we're going to sprinkle on either millet or you can use cornmeal, but you want to be careful that the cornmeal that you use is a non-GMO organic cornmeal, because after all we are trying to stay healthy. Millet is gluten-free. We're going to sprinkle that on here. It does make a mess. That's okay. Alright, that's done. Now we are ready to put this in our pan. And it's a little bit messy. I'm going to scrape all of it off of our paddle into our bowl. There. Okay, now as you can see, we have a nice, very nice smooth batter. Well, I should say bread dough in here. So we need to divide this into 2 loaves. So we're going to just eyeball about half of the batter and put this half on one side. Like I said, they don't have to be exact. And then we'll put this one over here. Kind of scraping everything off. We're going to brush it with some melted butter. We are also going to score it with a sharp knife, probably 3, just at a little bit of an angle. You're just putting your knife blade in about 1 inch and then just pulling it, and maybe 1 more there. Our butter is melted. It took about 16 seconds. I have about a tablespoon of butter in here. Now this is pasture-raised organic butter that I'm using. I do not use margarine. Just brushing this on. And as I brush it, I kind of smooth down the surface of the bread so that as it rises and bakes, it's not super bumpy. Okay, now I'm going to do this side. Okay, that looks pretty good. Nice and covered. Just put this over here. Okay, now we're going to sprinkle on some of our coarse sea salt. And we're going to put on a little dried rosemary. Well, I wanted you to see close up of what it looks like when it's ready to go into the oven. This has doubled in size and it didn't take quite half an hour for it to happen. My oven is almost preheated to 375 degrees, so as soon as my buzzer goes off and the temperature is reached, these will go into the oven for, like I said, about 25 to 30 minutes. Well, our bread is out of the oven and it's cooled off, and I'm going to cut a slice, put some butter on it and some raw honey and enjoy a snack, because there is nothing better than fresh bread right out of the oven. Smells delicious. So if you want to enjoy this bread yourself, then my challenge to you is to buy yourself a French bread pan and get the ingredients needed to do this. You will not be disappointed with the results. So until next week, bye-bye.